let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. All right. As they say, one thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We're stuck in this game, searching for fortune in vain. Let's go, baby. Mama said that there will be days, literally, just like this. Cowboys behind the scenes, action plus more and more. Come on, baby. Happy Monday to you, and you. Come on. The name. Law Nation. The minds of the matters of time. 5, 4, 3, 2. In the building, Jake the Great, baby. I ain't seen you in a minute, Jake. Jake, where you been, Jake? You gonna do this to me, Jake? Jake, where you been? Three, 2, and 1. Come on, baby. Hey. That's some type of outro intro. They say, ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation's Grove from my studio to yours, Tubi style, baby? Come on, man. Yes, what's good, man? Audio straight? Is the audio straight? Let me know. Grade that intro, man, because I kind of freestyle all of my intros. But shout out to y'all. Bobby, I see you, Bobby. Bobby, Toxic Tom. Shout out to you, Toxic Tom. You know, appreciate you, man. The financial guru in the building, man. Audio straight, no San Fran audio. Come on, baby. Yeah. Okay. Toxic Tom, you might have to skip this episode, man. You got to skip this episode. I'm not giving the Cowboys any flowers, by the way. I'm trying my best not to give the front office any flowers. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I got some seeds that I can just throw at them, some seeds at it and see if they can bury this and grow their own damn flowers. But it's hard, bro. I'm trying my best not to give these guys flowers, but man, it's rough. It's rough, man.
Let me crack your cranium and
fertilize your brain. Shout out to you, King Kong community, man. Yeah, wait a minute, KKK. What's going on with that one? All right. Law Money Talks. I feel you, man. BS Walks, man. We need a 5-minute intro. I give it to y'all one day. But seeds and water is what the Cowboys is going to get from me. But it's unfortunately that we may have to give these boys some damn flowers because they did their thing in this draft behind-the-scene process. And we're going to listen to some of the audio. We'll get some of y'all thoughts. We're going to open up the phone lines and beyond and get things moving and grooving. I appreciate you guys. If you don't know, my name is Law Nation. Without hesitations nor deviations, hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. All right, so with that being said, let's talk about the processing of the processor, and that is the Dallas Cowboys drafting. And the theme of it is that they've been putting in work. Now, when I look back at Caleb Downs, which is really nice pickup for us, right? If you can explain the reason why you go and get someone, that's half the battle, right? And then if you can look at Malachi Law, phenomenal pickup for the Cowboys and how they were able to allow that trade processing to process out, okay? And then we're going to talk about Barham, okay, who's been a phenom in practice without pads, right? 55 looking to part. So let's, first and foremost, let me know if you guys can hear this audio. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this.
Who's the best candidates if you were them?
On who?
Got a player, yeah.
Coming to our 20 to move to 20.
Yeah.
Philly. Just call Howard, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's gonna. If you call, we're gonna be giving the 6. I'm hoping he'll call and say we'll do the 2 4s. We got time.
Yeah, this Steven and them with the slick back. We got nephew or grandson Jones in the middle right here. And then you have Jerry and his grandson behind him. So it's a family affair. Or however that song goes.
We got a few minutes. We're not like we're down to the 20 seconds we were.
We're not going to be on the clock.
He's trying to call me. I tell him I'm calling him.
Behind the scenes.
Hello.
Shh. Don't shh me. Don't hush me. But this is here behind the scenes of a trade with Philadelphia Eagles. The pick is in, brought to you by ESPN and them.
Howie.
So that's good resistance. He says, no, we already gave up picks for this year. Listen properly. All right, so that's how the trade deal and the situation went down,
Please come home.
What we got, baby?
I got beans and bologna.
Hey, trading with the birds, man. Montisha!
We're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELGS,
It is.
With the 17th pick.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Hey, why Philly calling?
Why Philly calling? The old boy with the glasses or shades. Why Philly is calling to announce that you finna go to a team that the Dallas Cowboys finna rake you across the coals and beat you down and pluck your feathers and beak. He would not beat the Dallas Cowboys in the year 2026. We sweeping the Eagles, by the way. I'm just letting y'all know. He's going to disaster. But he's by far probably one of your best wide receivers in this draft. And he's going to Philly. We kind of messed that up over the Pittsburgh Steelers. To me, technically, if we want to be real in 1,000, technically, the Steelers are more of a rivalry of us versus the damn Eagles. But that's a whole nother conversation. If you don't know, then you don't know. We have more fights with the damn Steelers than the Eagles. The Eagles wants to be the Steelers, by the way. That's just for what it is. But it is for what it is. Anytime we can hurt one of them damn teams and come out of the PA, then I guess we can call it a fair and shake type of deal that the Cowboys were able to hurt one of them.
Oh, Philly just traded for you.
Hello?
This is Philly. They just traded for you.
Sally Roseman, I'm the GM of the Eagles. How you doing? We just traded up. We're picking you. You're an Eagle. Congrats, brother. Let's do it.
Let's get to work, man.
Congratulations.
Let's do it. You're an Eagle. Let me just hear it one more time. One more time, baby.
We're looking great. go Birds! Let's go Birds! ELGS, Eagles!
I had to lay that one. Howie, so congratulations, you an Eagle. My thoughts of that is that it goes to show you that at least the Cowboys know how to move and groove a little bit. I got to give them their seeds. No flowers yet because I can't do it. Not yet. It's too early to put dip on the chip for my Cowboys. But I can say that the way that they did do that was a very good move overall collectively. Never get old, T-Jack. Yeah, if you ever get old, y'all let me know and I'll stop playing it. But with that being said, the whole angle of what Stephen Jones said, we'll throw a 7. You shouldn't give that up either. You should have waited for him to give an offer and say, nah, we'll throw in a 7, because his ass probably wasn't even expecting a 7, right? And I'm not saying that you hold the 7th round draft pick, just to critique a little bit, Don't give up something that when negotiating the deal, you don't have to say, well, we'll throw in a 7, right? You already said what you were going to give up originally. Just keep it quiet, right? Damn Howie, the way he sat on the phone don't ever really sound like he can really maneuver anything. I would have been like, yeah, here's what we get to offer for that particular move, and let's go. Let's boogie. And then he said, nah, I can't do that. Then you say, yeah, I'll throw in a 7, right? That's the only thing. He just put a little too much sauce on that one. Let me know. I could be a 1,000,000% wrong, right? Not sometimes you just need to get it and done. That's 7, get it done. Okay, this is from Toxic Tom. Okay, so you negotiate that way. I would have just held the 7 just in my back pocket. But then again, what's the 7th round draft pick for the Cowboys? So I guess you are right. Let me look. Is that Toxic Tom? Is that an olive branch? Is that an olive branch for the Cowboys? Are you agreeing with the Cowboys that Stephen Jones, the son of Jerry Jones, that they've been working together for so long they look like brothers? Are you saying that was a real good move by Stephen Jones? So are you giving flowers to the Joneses? That's what I need to know. Toxic Tom, did we catch Toxic Tom giving flowers to the Joneses, man? Now my whole mindset is kind of like gone, man.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Oh my gosh, man. All right, man. Toxic Tom giving flowers to. We caught you in 4K, Toxic Tom. We caught you. We finally caught you giving flowers. And I guess they did their job. Okay. I'm just messing with you, man. All right. So with that being said, this is how the Cowboys trade offer went, behind the scenes action. Shout out to ESPN for this snippet. Let's get this going the best way possible.
No, we do.
We're on the clock.
We're on the clock.
That boy Steven manning the phone, boy. Steven getting that work in, baby. Come on with it.
They're turning it in. We got 10 seconds, 2 seconds.
It's us on the clock.
There you go, Willie. Get on the phone, Willie.
Dallas has submitted its pick. Miami is on the clock.
Caleb down.
This is where we hold them.
Hey, hug him, kiss him. Yeah, he got his daddy approval, His daddy tried to fist bump him, but he said, no, Daddy, I want the hug and the kiss on the cheek. I did the job, Daddy. I did it, Daddy. We did it, Daddy. Let me leave Stephen Jones alone, man. Stephen Jones worked that deal, man. It's better to have it than to not need it, than to need it and not have it, So the Cowboys understood the assignment. They said, okay, all right, we got Caleb Downs still on the board. We don't want someone to sneak in and we hear this monumental breaking news that someone traded up to that spot, even though it's only one spot. And the reason why I played it in that order, because the same thing that happened with the Eagles or with the Pittsburgh Steelers is that the Cowboys shopped that spot to accumulate 2 fourth-round draft picks, right? So this is what we need to see, and it is for what it is. It is for what it is. You know, my daddy loves me now. Yeah. Look, seeking father's approval is everything. Stephen Jones, his entire life been seeking daddy's approval, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. He's not the junior, but he's the oldest, right? So he's seeking the approval. I could be 1,000,000% wrong, right? They could have some type of an agreement that they are all cool, calm, and collected together. But what I'm saying is that, hey, daddy, I don't want the fist bump. I want the warm embrace, the hug, the kiss on the side of the cheek, because this is what I was able to do. You gonna leave it to me? I can tell you that if when it's time for me to run the Dallas Cowboys, that daddy, I would not let you down. Come on, man. That's what Stephen Jones' energy gives me. You know, he's giving me that, hey, I'm seeking approval from Pops, and I'm going to make sure that he is right down with it. Raw Talk says, Law Nation, what is up with Downs' knee? Ain't nothing wrong with his knee from whatever report that I've read. That could just been tongue-in-cheek when they said degenerative knee. Either you can play 1 games or you can play 18 seasons. So we don't know. We don't know. But it appears that Caleb Downs is okay from whatever news that I have. So if y'all have some updated news about his knee, then let me know. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat, okay? Okay, so this is how the other side of it looked when they was doing the Downs thing.
First thing we'll find out if Miami...
Down, boy. He said, we probably throw in our 5th and, you know, something else. The art of negotiation right here, baby. We probably throw in a 5th and something else, right? I do like the ability of the counter, right? Old folks say, hey, don't dance with the first lady you see, right? That's just how it goes from there. Bama Boy says, Law sent Caleb some of that Mississippi mud, and I asked Mom from Laura to make my cousin in Hattiesburg. Yeah, you put some Mississippi mud on that knee, he be all right. I don't think that is a problem with his knee. But back to this part right here, I do like the art of how they negotiated. Miami, regardless of the situation, never accepted the first offer. There should always be a counter, right?
We're going to stay.
Okay.
We're going to pick. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
No good.
No good.
Miami is using all of its time here.
I really didn't think that Miami in this particular case was going to draft him.
Right.
But I didn't doubt a minute that somebody else would come over and trade Miami out of that spot and get him right out from under us. It wasn't a hard decision to go ahead and up the ante and make sure we had him.
The league in general, had that feeling that, the draft wasn't that deep in blue chip type, especially defensive players. So, we just decided to pull the trigger there and send the 2 5s.
Hold on, here, Steve. They'll move back one spot.
You'll move back 1 spot?
Right.
For a 5? Yeah.
You had to up the ante. Let's go, man. Stephen Jones in the kitchen. Come on, baby. Come on with it. Stephen and them. Yeah.
No, we do. We're 177, 180.
Hey, Assertive Jones. Hey, please be quiet. I'm trying to make a deal here for Daddy. Come on, man. Please be quiet. Come on, listen, guys.
Hello, it's Ken.
Hey, this is Steven.
Hey, Steven.
We're giving them our pick, number 12, and we're giving them... We're on the clock. They're turning it in. We got 10 seconds, 2 seconds.
10 seconds, 2 seconds.
Then it's us.
Let's get on.
Get it in.
Hurry up.
Dallas has submitted its pick. Miami is on the clock.
Caleb Downs.
Delayed gratification, baby. So with that being said, check out ESPN. I can't play much more of it before they come get me, but I just want to say that this was a good situation for the Cowboys. And the Cowboys were able to negotiate and get that deal done. They had to put more in the pot in order to get it. In order for you to get the necessary things that is necessary for you, and you see what you can do with it, and you can make the justification for it, go do it. Like Nike say, just do it. And in any draft, what you're looking for collectively, it's about 2 starters. You get 3 starters out of a draft, man, you winning. Now, the other part of it is that when I'm saying starters, there's 2 folds to it. Of course, potential starters is what you always want. But day 1 starters out of a draft, you really aiming for 1. Good one, right? But if you have a team where you're going to have to require 4 starters and they rookies, then you're a bad team anyway, right? But when you look at the Cowboys, Caleb, Malachi Lawrence, and Barham, and maybe we'll throw in Devin Moore, all of these guys, and of course Drew Shelton, you probably can squeak out a deal with him down the stretch. But out of all 4 or 5 of those guys, your day 1 starter will be Caleb Downs. Of course, he drafted in the first round. There's that rule, too, like, hey, if you draft a guy in the first round, they got to be a starter. But now, where the Cowboys moved this offseason, technically, Caleb Downs, and I know this sounds crazy, he doesn't have to be a starter, but he's going to have starting roles, right? Because you did such a great job of making sure that you had something on your stomach. So with that being said, going into this particular year, 2026, Caleb Downs, you can pencil him in as a competitor competing for a starter role, and everybody else that you drafted in this particular draft have potential side for the year 2027, 2028 to compete for a starting role, which I think the Cowboys did a wonderful job on that, and I got to give them their seeds, right? And if you want to give Cowboys flowers, go ahead and put flowers. Maybe, just maybe, we can see how things can go around that particular part. Silver member level 1, this is from Sadiqa Charles. Appreciate you so much for your love and adulations. 64 months. Man, it's a long time. That's a real long time. Log Caleb can't get number 1. Tolbert is here. Going to swap it for 1 or 2. I think Jalen Tolbert. He's in Jalen Tolbert, right? He's been gone. He was traded to the damn Miami. I mean, he's gone, picked up to the Miami. Jalen Tolbert's not here. P.J. Locke got number 1, by the way. P.J. Locke got number 1. Kobe Durant got number 2, right? So for right now, Caleb Downs is wearing or rocking 1-8, right? He's wearing 18. Oh, and by the way, if you're giving the Cowboys flowers, put a flower emoji in the chat or a other word flower in the chat, and we'll see how many people are giving the Cowboys their flowers. Oh, also, be mindful that the Lion season is about to go away. And we're going to talk the tangible things. But for right now, be wary of where you get your information from, too. Because the name of the game is just the same. Is that other people will start selling your picks now. They're going to say, hey, the Cowboys really didn't have a great draft. That's people from the outside of the community, right? They're going to say, well, Malachi Lawrence, we could have had a better pick than him. Barham, he's a project at best. And Caleb Downs, if you look at his size, he's not built to part, right? And there will be things of overhyping, too, just to make the justifications of their said pick. There was a video floating around, and I'm going to see if I can find this video and pull it up. I'm not mad at the video. I understand the mindset of the video. Let me see if I can find it this way. Appreciate y'all so much. Somebody put an F and they put it over my face, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Give me one second here. Let me see if I can pull it over here. Cowboys Nation, it's always good to hear you guys speaking with me on these type of topic lines and subject matters. Boom. Give me 1 second here. Giving you guys some terrible radio right now or audio. But I got to do it. I got to pull this up for context so that we all can be on the same page. Okay, Cowboys, it shouldn't take me long. All right, boom. Jake, the great, baby, 1804 says he giving flowers, man. And I'm just putting some seeds out there, man. That's all I'm saying. Hey, here go the seeds because I don't want us to look at this and say this should be the common practice now of how the Cowboys should move all the way 100%. The only way that the Cowboys. Thank you so much for the heart that's over my face right now. Appreciate y'all. Yeah. Come on, video upload, man. What's going on? Video upload. It should take that long. Video taking forever to upload. All right. While the video's uploaded, let me see if I can build a plane while we in there. The Cowboys, this is from the off-season moves. Let me just build this one up right here. Bear with me.
An efficient off-season?
Yeah, I think so. Now, if you would have picked up one of those linebackers, would you have felt even better? But at least they put in the effort.
No, absolutely.
And just didn't get it.
Yeah, they failed at it, and like that happens. That happens.
But don't you usually feel like maybe they didn't even try?
You'll get the note of they were not interested in that. You're like, why?
Yeah.
But they did tell us we want to go find things to make this team better, and I think the timing of the way that they've done things, even with the George Pickens thing, that was a little weird that Steven came out right before the draft and threw that to the wall on his own. But then on top of it, it was even weirder that George Pickens was like right before the draft, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
It just feels like things are going the right way rather than let's watch this soap opera play out. And Kevin, maybe they're just saving us for a good season finale. Maybe that's what it is.
No.
We'll get you for a cliffhanger here.
Look.
No doubt. I think that the Cowboys, by the way, putting in efforts and trying to get better, that's a plus. Not to say that the Cowboys in the past been doing the opposite. The whole GP thing, just listen to more and more of like the presser that happened this past weekend. Listen to Schottenheimer. And it could be a lot of tongue-in-cheek of him saying that basically, we all knew along that we already had that understanding that George Pickens is going to play and he will be willing to play for peanuts and he don't really play for money and all of that stuff, right? And to speak on that's kind of like, okay, it's neither here nor there. But we understand that. Most of these players, they've been playing football since Pee Wee. They've been playing football since middle school and high school. Money is the byproduct of your great skill set that you can do. When you are great at something, you get paid for it, right? Of course, we can do things for free. And of course, those stipulations could be on the table. But at the end of the day, that's just how it is, unfortunately, fortunately. So to say, hey, man, this guy would be willing to play for peanuts, I wouldn't use that as like the real calling card of why he's going to play on this franchise tag. Because at the end of the day, the franchise tag still cripples us more than it helps us because you can't prorate that money. Prorations. All right, so that's the part of it. Let me see if I can pull this up. Bear with me, Cowboys Nation. Let me boom, boom, boom. Come on, pull up right here. You don't want to pull up right here? Man, been crazy trying to get this video out. Let me bear with me, man. I know I'm giving y'all for some reason it didn't want to upload. Now I want to load over here. So give me 1 second while this audio is uploading or video is uploading on our end. But how y'all feeling, man, this weekend, man? How the past weekend went? We heading into the I guess the first weekend of May. Well, May 1st was this past weekend. Well, the second weekend of May, so you got to get everything going for us and get things moving. Let me export. How y'all been doing? What should be the guy? Who should be the Cowboys targeting now outside of the linebacker room? Because there's a lot of people that said that the Cowboys could make one more move to help out this team, and especially in the linebacker department. Or are we okay? Are we okay with our moves that we made so far? And it is here. Boy, yeah, if you only knew what I'm doing over here, Cowboys, and jeez, they make it difficult over here. Here we go.
If the Cowboys.
All right, boom. Bobby Wags, I see. Okay, Bobby Wags. This is from Travis. Okay, that would be a good deal. I think that by him being out there in the free agency market, on top of this part right here, is that Bobby Wagner's represent himself. So you don't have to deal with no agent, Jerry. You can talk to Bobby yourself, right? You don't have to worry about any other agency being in the way. $28 million when you are worth over 80 is peanuts. Yeah, you're right. Maybe Jalen Brooks. You have to do a trade situation for that. I think that the Miami Dolphins, their lineup now with Jalen Brooks, Rodriguez, and one other linebacker they got, they looking good. I think that they want to at least see what that look like for them. But speaking of linebackers, let's look at this clip from Film Watchers, and I think he did a great job. He does a great job of breaking down tape and footages, and he's speaking on how much of an impact Caleb Downs would be in his system.
If the Cowboys had Caleb Downs last year, their defense would look entirely different. Like right here, he would have been playing strong safety.
Yeah, Cal Lewis, that's the other guy. So for Miami, they got Jordan Brooks, Rodriguez, and Kyle Lewis, right? So that's their projected starters of linebackers. They probably look at it like, hey, they want a veteran guy to help alleviate growing pains, and that's why they might hold on to Brooks. They are optimistic over there, believe it or not. So it is for what it is. But let's listen to this guy right here on the impact of Caleb Downs. And to me personally, I like Caleb Downs. I think that he can do a great job here with the silver and blue and starter on the side of his helmet. But I want to be 1,000,000% before, and I'm not leading the witness on this, but I'm leading you guys to the truth of it. A safety is only good as his front seven. Let me say this again. A safety is only good as his front seven. The safety is the last line of defense, and you can only take on so many brutals of battering and bruisings of hits. high IQ alone will not save you if you the last line of defense and you got to continue to take the blows, okay? But it is for what it is. Let's listen to what he breaks down here.
If the Cowboys had Caleb Downs last year, their defense would look entirely different. Like right here, he would have been playing strong safety, right where Malik Hooker's playing. And on this play, Oso Odigizua had a phenomenal get-off. He's able to impact right where that right guard's pulling around. He makes it difficult on the center, and he really shoots upfield. So now Shamar James has a perfect opportunity to fill this A-gap, and both him and Osa are funneling Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt right to Malik Hooker because, of course, Kenneth Murray gets washed out. But then Malik Hooker has a perfect opportunity opportunity to stuff this run. Instead, he comes in high. He gets his helmet kind of on the backside of Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. So, of course, he's able to carry him forward, get in for a touchdown. But then look at Caleb Downs' tackling ability. Watch how he kind of glides in here. The guy is so athletic. Then he gets so low. The helmet gets right in the stomach area. Helmet's on the ball. He gets his arms wrapped around the knees, the shoulder in the hip. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Ball pops out. That is a stunning tackle. And then just look.
All right, so those two plays are two different examples of plays. You got one play down in the valley type of play, whereas you got force side responsibility, and then you got to fit down. And I'm not protecting any veteran player. Yes, Malik Hooker should have made that tackle there. But you mean to tell me that your D tackle get washed out of the frame, your linebacker 50, Shamar James, get pulled and get out of the frame, which he should have made that tackle there, and Kenneth Murray was a non-contestant, whereas he get washed out. So when you're talking about safety, and I can tell this guy, he probably never played that position. No offense to this kid at the top of the screen. When you're talking about safety play, and a linebacker play, what made Ray a dynamic linebacker? To a point, he was probably considered undersized when drafted, and that's Ray Lewis. But what made Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, all together a great unit was their front. And I know linebackers are part of the front seven. But when you have a Haloti Ngata and you have Sam Mills, they're not getting washed up out of that frame work like that on a run play. These guys are pretty much pushing people out of the way, and that there are clear, definitive holes that you have to fill. And I'm talking about A gap or B gap. And if those linebackers can't fit hole or see hole and hit hole, because you got to come through that hole and ready to attack so that you can plug those lanes. And I'm saying this in Saragusa, Tony Saragusa. I forgot about Saragusa. Yeah, you can't forget about him. When you had Haloti Ngata came in on the back end, Ed Reed came in on the back end because he wasn't with the 2000 Ravens, right? So, but it was a philosophy that they had. And Sugg was another one. Yeah, so when you talk about a complete tape, yes, Ed Reed, good in his own way. But what allowed Ed Reed to make those particular ad-lib type of plays is because of his front. I'm not finna put so much dip on the chip and say, well, if Caleb Downs was here last year, none of those things would have happened. That's bullsugar. It would have happened. Yeah, Caleb Downs would have got ran over just like old boy got ran over. So you got to have linebackers and D tackles to fit their gaps and fit their holes. And last year, as we all know, Osa is my dog, my guy. He was a smaller interior D tackle that got washed out of a lot of plays. Even though he said his get off was great, but getting off on a design play to the opposite side, that's where they want you to go. And for the people who probably didn't play the sport, they say, hey, he's supposed to make that tackle. Hey, he's supposed to make that commitment. And that's just not how football works, right? So that's just for what I'm saying, Cowboys Nation. Not to beat the kid up, but his analysis were really, really wrong and misleading because, yes, I'm all down for Caleb Downs playing on his team. But would he would have helped this particular team out last season? Yes. But would they change the rankings of the defense? No. No, because there are teams where even Buda Baker been on, which is very comparable to Downs, that their defense still been ranked on the bottom end because size is size, and as good as you are, you still can't make an impact to cover up your front seven as a safety or as a cornerback.
If the Cowboys had Caleb Downs last year, their defense would look entirely different. Like right here, he would have been playing strong safety, right where Malik Hooker's playing. And on this play, Oso Odigizua had a phenomenal get off. He's able to impact right where that right guard's pulling around. He makes it difficult on the center, and he really shoots upfield. So now Shamar.
You can tell that's not making it difficult where the center is at. This is the design play that they want. This is what they wanted. This is what they wanted, you know. Hey, they wanted to build this wall right here. They wanted to have this lead blocker to get these guys up out of here. And this guy got to the next level. So when we just looking at football in general, I want you guys to understand that they wanted this. They wanted this slam. This is a halfback, what we call a halfback slam. And he's going to go to this level, and he's going to get to this level. So this is not really a good – I'm not beating up Osa, and I'm not beating up his critical analysis of this play. But what I'm saying is that this is what they absolutely wanted, and they got the matchup that they got. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
James has a perfect opportunity to fill this A gap, and both him and Osa are funneling Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt right to Malik Hooker because, of course, Kenneth Murray gets washed out. But then Malik Hooker has a perfect opportunity to stuff this run. Instead, he comes in high. He gets his helmet kind of on the backside of Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, so of course he's able to carry him forward, get in for a touchdown. But then look at Caleb Downs' tackling ability. Watch how he kind of glides in here. The guy is so athletic. Then he gets so low. The helmet gets right in the stomach area. Helmet's on the ball. He gets his arms wrapped around the knees, the shoulder in the hip. I mean, this is just gorgeous. Ball pops out. That is a stunning tackle. And then just look at the physicality. Day one impact for the Cowboys. Fights through the tight end, blows up the screen pass, tackles him while fighting through the tight end. That's an immediate impact for the Cowboys. I'm so happy that they got him because they needed that position so much, and it's just going to impact their run defense a lot. Of course, the pass will help out, but I love how he's going to be able to impact their run defense.
No doubt.
If the Cowboys,
I love the fact that Downs will impact the run defense, but let's not put too much chip on the dip. I do not want him consistently in the back level making those type of plays. I want him out in space and getting things going. Guys getting off on this video. Toxic Tom, you're right. Wonder how much of all of this was Flus sleeping on the wheel, sleeping behind the wheel. I think that Flus had his philosophy of a vision-based defense. Most defenses, when you trying to get them together, it takes 2 to 3 years. If the Cowboys can literally figure out a way to get this defense up to par year one, we can see improvements by the playmakers that they have here. Can help. Flus, the only defense that I can give Flus is that one day before, like a couple of days before week one, they traded Parsons. If we go back to Mike Zim, the year he was here, he said that Sam Williams accounted for 75% of his defense. And Sam Williams got hurt. And he tried to have Marshawn Nealon do the things that Sam Williams were attempting to do. And when you're missing out on some of your players, it's going to always affect your defense to a degree, especially when you are top-heavy like the Dallas Cowboys. So it is for what it is when you start to look at those type of things. All right, so it is 11:36. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. Let's get ready to do this right here.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. That's 214 and every 3 you can dial, or 817 and every 3 you can dial. be sure to reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. If you are in a wreck, fender bender, somebody T-bone you, even if you're at work and you trip and fall off the ladder, just give our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, a call, and someone there will help you and assist you in the right direction. They'll fight for you, not against you like those insurance companies. And if you can't dial that number, just visit frankelfirm.com. My phone number is 657-390-7391. Be sure to hit me up if you want to talk about what we just discussed. All right, I got from the 214, Darius, you're live on the Nation. Let me know how you feel about Monday Cowboys, man, on the way, man. What you got for me?
Lost. I'm gonna be honest with you. So Caleb Downs is Christian Parker's version of Micah Parsons.
Okay.
So Dan Quinn had Micah Parsons, and now Christian Parker has Caleb Downs.
Facts.
So I kind of draw a parallel between those two.
Right.
And so I'm gonna be honest with you. Expectations is pretty high for Christian Parker on my end, and you know, I don't think it's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing a lot of the Vaches,
right,
the Foots, the Law Nations, the Brian Broderses. You can hear how we all speak highly of that boy CP. You know, and so it's the expectations going to be extremely high, and I don't want to say.
Let me, so it won't be a monologue. Let me just add this into it.
Yeah.
Okay. When Michael Parsons was here, people raved at his athleticism, like 6'3", a guy that can run 4.3 40. You know, he's fast. He's very spoke out a lot. You know, about a lot of things. Nobody was talking about, and I'm not putting this against him, right? But nobody was talking about his mind, the cerebral part of it, right? Of course, he tried to play chess with what was his mentor, Amari Cooper, you know, and he was like, he getting his butt whooped left and right, but he was like the guy like, I'm gonna eventually beat you, you know. That was the calling card for Parsons. Now on Downs, nobody's talking about the physical size of Downs, right? They talking about his mind and how he's able to get people going and these sorts of things of alignments and assignments and his ability to be quick to a tackle and stuff like that, which your physical body is going to fade away, but your mental body going to always get better at times, especially when you're in this space. So I think that, you're right on the right page with Parsons was Dan Quinn's pet, right? And Caleb Downs is now going to be CP's like pet. This could be something that can blow into something really good, blow up to something really good. But I do like your analysis on both things. But go ahead.
So my point was that we're going to expect him to be good extremely fast right off the bat.
Right.
So it's not going to be a whole lot of – I don't think it's going to be a whole lot of grace given just because of how high expectations are. But I will say, and I hear what's my guy, Jesse? I hear Jesse Howley. He's trying to, I guess, temper expectations on Christian Parker. I'm willing to go as far as to like bet money. I literally want to like bet freely bet $100, $200 that Christian Parker is gonna get the Dallas Cowboys top 15 defense by the end of the year. Now, I'm gonna say this too long. And whoever want to bet me on that, I'm taking bets right now. So I'm gonna say this too.
Yeah.
So I'm already up 300 on this show. Okay. I bet you with Mike McCarthy. I won that bet. I think A. Lewis, somebody else, with the Commanders bet. The Commanders gonna win the game in the playoffs. I won that bet. I want to put up a bet. Christian Parker. I'll put my money where my mouth is at. I believe so much in what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing in Christian Parker that he gonna have us in top 15 defense by the end of the year. I'm standing on that.
Yeah, now I did pay my debts though. If I'm not mistaken, that
Nah,
I did.
You pay everybody.
Yeah, okay, everybody. Yeah, I'm just
Cash
making sure. Yeah. So hey, top 15. Any offers in the chat? Because hey, you know it is for what it is. You know, you make a quick hundo. So you saying top 15?
Top 15
defense.
The number, top 15 defense at the end of the year. Like once.
By the end of the year, okay.
Once the season finishes, like once we finish playing our regular season games and then the playoff starts, I believe that we're gonna have about maybe 12.
Well, that's a broad subject matter because you got DVOA, you got in points, points allowed. Overall,
I ain't talking about all of those. Overall defense.
Overall defense. Okay. I'm thinking I got Toxic Tom. He's saying points allowed, yards, which one, So
overall defense.
Overall defense because yeah. Okay, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll measure that and see if we got any offers on the table. I can be like the person. They can hold the money in escrow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I can be the escrow guy.
Escrow that thing.
Escrow it. Y'all send me the $100. I have $200 just sitting in the kitty. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Anything else, man, you want to talk about before I let the next caller?
That was pretty much it. Just my whole point is the expectations are gonna be high for Christian Parker, and now 1,000. Like he strikes me as a head coach. I don't expect for him to be here long at all. I give him 3 years.
Let me ask you this. So far as Jerry and Steven and them, flowers or seeds, which one you giving?
They weak ass getting some seeds.
They still
got some. Yeah, they still got to show and prove.
Yeah, okay.
Because we still hearing this George Pickett shit, and it's kind of still like I'm feeling like Big Game James. Oh yeah. We going through this again, huh? Oh, the Cowboys moving different now, huh? Okay, yeah, we'll see. They get seeds.
They get seeds, okay. Or we going to water them seeds, man, and see what they going to turn into, man. Appreciate you for calling in, fam.
Yeah.
There's Darius from the 214. He's saying that he got $100 on the table right now, bet that by the end, it's a long time to wait for that. You might have to. Darius, you might have to raise that. $100, you got 17, 18 weeks. Even if you win or lose, you can make that money back that long of a time. We got to put a little bit more on it, to make it worth our while, Let's raise it to at least $300. I know y'all got some coins, man. You can save up $300 by the end of the year. Right? Or $100 is sufficient. Because I damn near paid $100 for some gas, Yeah. I was at the gas station. This me at the gas station just the other day. Watch this. Pains at the pumps, man, before I let $100,000 hold tight. This me the other day, damn near putting $100 in my gas, man.
We got now. We off to the races.
Yeah, Pains at the pump. Look it up.
At 25. Will we stop at 35? Will we stop at
Look at that money.
55?
That's
Come on,
me
baby.
putting money in my.
I'll shoot for 55, though.
I'll shoot for 55.
Pain at the pumps.
Y'all see that?
We're climbing. Brought to you by.
Look at that. It's still going. USA, baby.
Come on, baby.
Look at the Pains at the pumps, baby. Quality pumps.
Remember, you're watching Pain.
Look at even the Eagle Birds chirping in.
Quality pumps. Premium pumps.
It's still going.
Pump it up.
Somebody send me some food.
Come on, baby. 55. Nope. All right, let me shoot for, let's say, 75. Keep it alive.
My time now. Come on. Come on.
And they understand the
Look, it's still going.
65 and counting.
Help me.
And remember,
I'm still going. I need a gas station.
We still rolling.
Shell.
We're still rolling. Can I settle for 85? Come on, help me out. Help me out. Help me out. 85.
Give me my thing, you.
83. 84.
Come on.
All right.
It's Pains at the pumps, baby.
Like 95. Pains at the pump.
I'm sitting there like,
89,
man.
baby.
Why you get some
39.
pumps in there, man?
Let me see if I can squeeze it in. Can I get it to 90? Come on.
I got the next caller from the Pains at the pump. Watch it, 89, 99. One more pump. Yeah, boop. I got 100 grand with the plan. Got life choices, man. I got to take out a business line of credit just to get gas, man.
Can't be going around cruising just chilling because it's sunny outside.
No,
man. Chill out on that.
Ride around, turn the AC on, roll the windows down. Yeah, you ought to go electric, man. You got in Texas, you be taking 10 hours to find an electric pump or some charging station. Well, you be on the side of the road, be 110 degrees, looking for a charger. That might work for the big cities.
Half electric, half gas, man.
Man, come on, man.
Gas. There you go, a little bit.
The Pains at the pumps. Quality pumps. Premium pumps, man. Yes, indeed.
It is what it is, man. You got to do what you got to do, man. That's how I go.
Yes, indeed, man. But what you got for the show today, man? Brent presented to you by Pains at the pumps. I'm calling Frenkel.
Listen, man. I'm not crowning them yet till I see the OTAs. I'm not gonna crown. You know what I mean? Like I need to see. You know, knock on wood. I don't want to show Lee experience. You know what I mean? Like I need.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying, Lord?
I'm knocking on all type of wood.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know, I've been burnt before, man. I'm scarred, man. You know, Sean Lee he was amazing.
Man, but we
when
knew
he was on the field.
Man, we knew because we got Lee in the second round. We were like, man, them knees. He don't have the stallions, so we gonna, yeah. Lee,
but it wasn't
quarter.
Always his knees. Anything, shoulder, anything, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You know, that's what I'm like, man. I want to see them boys out there on the field, man, playing for real. Before I can sit there and say, all right, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, we gonna do this. Even though they're not gonna show, I got a feeling they're gonna do what they did last year. They're not really gonna show a lot.
Right.
But this is still a new defense, you know, and that's my only thing. It's not like, all right, this is our second year in the system. No.
Right. To be
this
fair,
is still a new.
Yeah, it takes 2 to 3 years to be fair. Now, can things drastically change overnight because of the player personnel that you got? That could be a thing, right? We can hit teams by the element of surprise. But expectation-wise, I'm more geared up for the 2027 defense than the 2026 defense, just to be fair. But
Right.
go ahead.
Now, if they said, you know, wait a minute, everybody know the playbook, then it'll be like, oh, what? Everybody know the playbook that quick? But just one person, yeah, he the signal caller, but that's still just one person.
Yeah.
You could have 10 people do the right thing and one person do the wrong thing, and it's over.
Facts. It's
So,
gonna be.
you know, I'm like pump the brakes a little bit on it. You know, I mean, it's too much hype. I mean, I like the player and all. I like to have another Dak Prescott on the defensive side. I feel like we haven't had that. We got that now. That's a plus. But if we had one of those on every level, Law,
right.
Then I'll be like, you know what, man? Woo. You know. So I'm still with the waiting and seeing, and plus we don't know. We don't know what this defense is going to look like. We don't know what this defense is going to be. So, I wanna wait and see. You know what I mean?
Wait and see.
And I get it.
Nothing wrong with
It's a balance act.
Yeah.
It's a balance act because if the defense go out there rocking and rolling, what's wrong with Dak? What's going on with Dak? What's wrong with the offense, man? And one thing about the offense, I heard on the radio, they said that, they said that 3 knows what he's getting into. He knows he got to play this one more year to get paid. He tried to shop himself around during the draft, see what his market was. He seen that there was no market out there. Now he knows what he has to do, and he's ready to rock and roll. So me hearing that, okay, knowing that GP is in, all right, cool. I'm happy to hear that. He's ready to rock and roll. That's what I heard on 105.3 The Fan. I seen that clip earlier today. So
I heard that, but
that's true, then.
But here's my only rebuttal to that, and I appreciate everybody for holding the expectations and not giving out flowers and just seeds for right now. The one expectation that we have to adhere, well, not expectations. The one thing that I have our reservations on is we haven't heard that from his mouth, right? We hear.
But that could be.
Yeah, there's a lot of I need to hear from him.
A lot of time. But Lord, number one, he don't got to be in the building yet.
Facts.
So why would you come out and say something now when you know when you come in the building they're gonna pepper you with questions anyway?
Yeah, we'll see.
Why say something now? You see what I'm saying? And then 2, why open up your mouth? Because then you're gonna get the questions, man. Blah blah blah. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. So I'm glad you're not saying nothing. But him being in the backyard with Dak,
right?
Don't sleep on that. He don't gotta be in the backyard with Dak.
Facts. Facts. He don't have to, right? And those are things.
He could have said, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna be in the backyard. I'm trying to get my money. I ain't doing none of that. But he in the backyard with Dak, that goes a long way with me.
I feel you on that 100 grand, but my only thing would be, like you said, we just got to see what happened when camp come around, when it's mandatory, right? We'll see if those energy matches, like, hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be on this franchise tag. I know I still got to prove thyself worthy in order to play with the silver and blue and star on the side of the helmet for the money that I rightfully desire to have, right? So we still a wait and see type of moment, because a lot of people say a lot of things, but your actions speak louder than words. So that's why we're going to wait. That's why we're going to wait to see if George Pickens, because everybody talking about him, which is good. That's what I want, right? I want him to be like, hey, cool, calm, and copacetic.
Was talking, Mike, not to cut you off.
No, you good.
Michael Parsons kept on talking.
Yeah, that joker.
He kept on talking.
And he's still talking.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's still talking. Yeah, man. He might well do the video with my guy. If you from Dallas, he giving tips and everything. Hey, man, you might jump on 35 to get around to 20. And then when you get on 20, you get around to 75. This is what I will go, So it is what it is.
He want to be back here. He ain't want to leave either. He wish he was still here. He did. He wished he was still here, man. Yeah. Especially with Downs on the team, he really wished he was still here. I bet money on that. He wished he was still here, man.
Yeah, you ever seen that picture of Wolverine? He's sitting on that damn bed and he's talking about that meme. Yeah, that's Parsons looking at the damn Cowboys like, hey, I missed them, Yeah. I know for sure.
Not hitting the same.
It ain't hitting the same by 3 people watching. I get it, Yeah. We do better views now than Parsons podcast.
Like the 4-letter networks not picking up your podcast when you on Green Bay. See, this is what you tried to tell them. We tried to tell them, listen, you leave here, bro, it's not the same. But you thought, and now he found out.
Yes,
not
indeed,
the same.
man.
It's not the same. But I just pump the brakes a little bit. This is just day 2 of They ain't even really rocking and rolling yet. Like, I get the mind, and the mind really impresses me, but I need the body to flow to.
Yeah, but
I
in,
need the
but,
body
but
to
in,
flow to.
in closing,
And I need to see everybody else with that same, because you could tell somebody where to go and what to do, but if they not executing, then it's like, man, we got that mind, but everybody else ain't doing their job. See what I'm saying? See, that's the hard thing.
Yeah, that's the
we
hard
just
thing.
making it about him. We just making it about Downs.
But in closing, I got your auntie on the line here, man, and she has something to say. So hold tight. I got your auntie right here. Hold on, let me listen to what she had to say. She said, if I text you and it takes you a day to reply, we never talking to you again. Here she go right here.
The way of dating is so I don't even understand what's happening. First of all, if I text you and you take a day, I'm never talking to you again. I'm never talking to you again.
Y'all got to understand that Nia Long is 55 years old.
All right, so auntie said, man, if I text you and it takes you a day, nephew, to reply, she ain't never talking to you again, fam. Never.
Hey, man, listen. People can be busy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying?
You better not keep auntie on read.
Now, you putting it down how you putting it down. Okay, all right. She text me back. You know what I mean? But hey, the ball's in her court, Lord. Depends on how she moving. You know what I'm saying?
My gosh,
if I'm good in every which that way, hey, I text back immediately. But if I feel a shift coming along, then it might take a day or two, maybe a week. I text you back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
hey, big head, how you been?
Hey, you. But man, I appreciate you, man, so much for calling in, Chief. Yeah.
All right, man. No doubt.
Indeed. That's my guy, 100 grand, man. Damn, man. Auntie texted me last week, and I was live with y'all, man. So, unfortunately, man, I can't make that connection no more, man. I'm gonna see what I can do down the stretch, but man, she blocked me, man. God dang. I got the next caller, man, from the 304. Hey, hey, Lou, man, you live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
What's good, Law? Hey, look, what's up, man? He was talking about betting the Cowboys to be top 12 defense total.
He said top 15.
Top 15. See, that's what I'm saying. I heard top 12, top 15. I'm with the bet.
Oh, you with it?
But
okay,
I'm with it, but we need to talk to the logistics of it to make sure I understand what he's talking about. Because I heard two different things and this, that, and the third. So you can set it up and I'll put the money up.
Okay.
I'm always up for a gamble. That might be, as long as it makes sense.
Well, no, what side are you on? What side are you on? Are you saying that they will be top 15 or they will not be top 15?
I don't think they'll finish out top 15. I think we are at least 2 players away. I think we're 2 players away. I think we're a good corner away. I think Malik Hooker has to go.
Okay.
I think our front seven. I think our front seven is solid. We got a bunch of young guys, but we're okay. I think D. Winters is going to be he's going to make a big difference, just from a veteran's perspective, but also, he could play. There's, they didn't like him in San Fran, but San Fran is 2 steps ahead of us. So, for him coming over here, at least he'll be, he's going to be viewed in a different light than he was in San Fran, because our linebackers weren't that. So
let me say this, Lou. The thing that I want, I would take being the number 1 team in takeaways and stuff like that, but I would prefer us to be a team on stopping yards allowed, right? I don't like the whole notion of bend but don't break. That was Zim and Eberflus. Like, we'll give you the underneath, we'll give you all of these yards, but we stop you in points. Damn it! I just want a team. I just like the defense. that stop yards. That's defense.
Right.
I know points gonna be points, right? But I want us to be a team that can stop a team from getting yards, right? INTs and all of this stuff. We lived that story. We did that before. But I want us to be a team that if we can stop a team from getting 2 yards, it's 3rd and 2.
Absolutely.
And if we can get them up off the field on 3rd and 2 every time, I love that more than a team that can pick a team off on 3rd and 15 or whatever, But that's just for what it is.
This is what happens when you get into playoff games. The play calling is not as crazy, right? Like they narrow their playbook down.
Mm-hmm.
They know their sets. They're gonna stay in those sets, and they're not going to go away from those sets. So what they'll do, Packers,
right.
All right, you can't stop the run. All right, you know what? We're gonna run straight at Bell.
Right.
We're gonna run straight at him. We're gonna run at him every time. It could be 3rd and 15. We're gonna run right at him because we know we can get 12 out of it, and it'll be 4th and 3, and we're gonna go for it. So I definitely agree with you.
And let me say this too, because Toxic Tom said points is the key for him. But the only reason why I'm not putting points on the table like this, Lou, is because we live that story too. You see a team that we be like, well, they drove 80 yards, but at least they didn't get the touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Or our red zone defense. Nah. I want us to be like, I'd be pissed off if a team drive 80 yards. You see what I'm saying? I'm more mad about that than them even getting down there to score the touchdown. I want us to be able to stop teams, man, and just hold that and build upon that. But go ahead.
And the problem with that is that whenever you have confidence in that you can move the ball against somebody,
mm-hmm.
It becomes easy for the play caller. When you don't feel as if you can move the ball, the play calling is different. They're going to start trying a bunch of shit. But if they know that, all right, I got 3 to 4 plays that's going to work, they're not going to, they're going to run those 3 or 4 plays and they're always going to work. You're always going to get the first down off of this. You're always going to get this. It's just the confidence that you give the play caller. If they don't have that confidence, you'll see them start to try different shit, do different shit, like unnecessary things. You're like, why is that? Because that confidence in the play caller,
right,
and in them executing is not there. So I definitely agree with you. Like points, yes. Overall goal is to score more points than opposing team.
Right.
But you definitely want to be stifling. You want to be you want to be a bully when it comes to defense. I definitely agree with you that capacity.
Yes. Anything else you got for the show, man, before I let the next caller?
One last thing. And I'm still on this train. I understand, and I've been right about Osa. I've been right about who we was going to pick, Malachi Lawrence, which I think he's going to be a dog. He might be the next. He might be something similar to DeMarcus Lawrence. Yes, it's a stretch, but I'm telling you, that boy, he got a hell of a get off, and he is 6'4", 250 legit. You don't have to worry about a bunch of the other shit. He'll learn. They'll teach him how to do a bunch of other stuff. But trade George Pickens, get it over with.
Yeah.
Get it over with.
Oh Lord, they finna
get it over with.
They forget you, man. Appreciate you for calling in, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in.
For sure.
That's Lou, man, from the 304. And the 304 will unite, man. Them 304s uniting over the Stallion. Oops, did I say that out loud? I got from the 484, my guy Hoodie, man. What's good, fam? Talk to me.
What's the deal with you, my guy? How you?
Hey, man, all is well, man. Can't complain. Chief, what you got for the show today, man?
Oh, man, what do I got for the show today? A few things. I'm not going to be long-winded. I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. I'm looking at the inside linebacker room. DeMarvion Overshown and D. Winters were drafted in the same year. DeMarvion Overshown has played a season and a half less than D. Winters. And D. Winters is more of your starter. He played all 17 games last season, albeit due to injuries. But not only did he play, he was really good. Now, I'm not going to bloviate and make these guys seem like they're better than what they are. But I'll tell you this, they're better than what we had.
Facts.
that does is that at least gives me some form of hope. Am I saying top 15? No. Give me the top 20. You give me the top 20, I feel better about this. I feel better about the team as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've never been one of those beginning of the year, we're going to the Super Bowl, or we're going to do this, and we got to give these kids some grace. They're coming into the big leagues. You know what I'm saying? And what we're expecting, what most of Cowboys Nation is expecting, is for these guys to be as advertised. But understand, these are kids coming into a man's game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to give them some grace. Now, this is where the coaching matters. You know what I'm saying? They have all the raw talents and all this, but can we coach them? Can we coach them to be the players that we need them to be? You know what I'm saying? As bright as Caleb Downs is, as ferocious of the mentality that Jason Barham has, can you coach these guys to play within that line and do it effectively? You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm looking for, man. I'm not gonna get too high. I'm not gonna get too low. I'm staying even. So.
Okay.
And no, you do not trade George Pickens under any circumstances. You do not trade George Pickens. That's all I got for the show. I want you to be easy out here, Law. It's good talking to you as always, man.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Good call from my guy, the good hoodie, man. Hood Quavius Cushiton, man, from the Cushites. I got from the 757, you live. Rico, this Rio from the 757, you live. Rio, talk to me.
Yes, sir. What's up, Law? I'm gonna come in, man. I'm gonna keep on this train with Caleb Downs, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep it going.
Okay, go ahead, talk to me, man.
Oh, yes, sir. I just had to think about it today, Law. Like, we getting a deck on defense, man.
A who?
I'm just a deck on defense, just as far as the mentality and the maturity and just the the work ethic. You know what I mean? And then you add the talent, and then you combining the talent with that, right? This is what I just want everybody to think about right here. It's like, look at the not just the fans is getting hyped about him, but look at what people with credentials is saying about the young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the Nick Sabans, we got the Christian Parkers.
Yeah.
And look how the stars in the line is. We got the amazing Christian Parker mind.
Yeah.
At the same time, we getting Caleb Downs right at the right moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a line that's just too perfect. It's just a line that's too perfect. And like, I'm just so hyped because this is the thing. This is what I want everybody to think about too, is that this young rookie is going to make all of the players in the secondary have to step their game up because they can't let this rookie come in and just be knowing everything. Christian Parker said he came in and already knew his defense, Philadelphia defense, and all of that stuff. Like,
yeah, Rio, where you at, man? Your phone going in and out, man. I'm trying to save you, man.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Man, boy, it sound like you underwater somewhere, man. We fighting. We all here for you because we want to hear your thoughts. But man, it's breaking up real bad on my end,
Oh, I'm outside. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Make a 1 point, and then we get you up off. What's your point?
Okay, yes, sir. I was just saying, man. Let's look at how Caleb Downs is just mature enough to like already be coming in and getting the credentials and getting the nods from the older players and the coaches is saying that he is what he is. That's what I'm saying.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
That's Rio, man. Lord, I think Downs is going to be a real good player for us, right? And Christian Parker, who Jesse Holler refused to call CP, is going to have his lumps in the coal of this fire, but we hope that his year one can be an easy, smooth transition over to the NFL. And what I was doing is I was looking at like some of the defenses that people keep mentioning that Christian Parker was a part of. Last year, of course, the Eagles, not saying that we have their personnel, but they were ranked 8th in defense. 8th in defense. This is a year-to-year league, right? And when I'm looking at who they had, and I know that this still haven't been updated yet. I don't think it's been updated yet. When you look at the Eagles, pretty much Cooper DeJean on the outside, Quinyon Mitchell. You had OG Mojo, how you say that kid's name? Shout out to Texas, Hookem. And then you had Jordan Davis, Carter. So that's who they had here on the interior presence. Quentin Williams and Jalen Carter, to me, Quentin Williams overall is a better player than Jalen Carter. Now, I know I'm going to get some hate mail from the Eagles community. I get that. Y'all can shoot your hate over here. Some Cowboys may hate on that notion too. But to me, just to me, I think that with Quentin Williams going into a full off-season situation, that we can really be a one-up on that. Now, to Jordan Davis, he played lights out last year, bigger body, bigger size. Kenny Clark is not playing up to the level what Jordan Davis and Ojo Moro were playing at, right? So just to be fair with that, right? So if we can get shades of what they did similar to their front with the guys that we have, then that's a plus for us, right? And if you look at Donovan Ezeraku compared to these guys, I know comparison is the thief of all joy. I don't think that with Rashawn Gary and Ezeraku with the rotation piece of Malachi Lawrence, that we are like super far away from these boys. I'm willing to bank the fact that if our DBs and our secondary can play a little bit better and with the wisdom and understanding, and I know Blankenship gone, I know a few of these guys are moved around, I think that we can at least be up into that area of where the damn Eagles were at last year. So it is for what it is, Cowboys Nation. But for this defense and this lineup of who they had, for them to be ranked 8th in defense, a year removed, I think that we can get there. You know, Quentin Williams, this is from T-Jack, is a top defensive tackle in the league to me, but I'm biased. Yeah, I think Quentin Williams is up there, and he's only, 26, 27. It's not like he's a long tooth at this spot, right? But not to keep everybody long on the line, I got from the 971, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
What's happening, family? How you doing?
Not much, man. All is well. Can't complain.
Okay. Kind of like the way the draft went. We stored up some needs. Don't really have a lot of faith in Kenny Clark. And, I mean, he's up in age, could, a lot of wear and tear on that body.
Yeah.
Defense is going to be all right. I wouldn't say top 15. I would say between 18 and 25. I mean, we'll find out in 3 weeks of the season. But we're going to be pretty good. But like I always say, man, you got to correct the penalties on the offense. But, you got to correct the problem.
Okay.
You got to correct it. You got
respectfully, you had a top 5 offense last year.
Hold on. Okay, all right.
What I'm saying is that you had a top 5 offense last year. That's all I'm saying. You had a top 5 offense. Your defense was ranked 32nd. Go ahead.
Yeah, but my thing is, once you got a good offense, that helps protect the defense. I mean, if you could. I mean, you had 23 false starts. You had 14 holding. You had 8 offsides. You had, and then but mostly if you correct that on offense, you can help cover up some stuff on your defense. They got to correct the penalties on offense. Guiding a lot of holding. Still, you can have the Chicago Bears defense out there and get the ball back constantly. You saw it in the Texan game.
I mean, we all in agree, JP, is that the defense was the main problem last year, even on the penalty side. Defense had more penalties than the offense last year. You're aware of that, right?
What?
I said the defense had more penalties than the offense last year. The offense was
about that?
Yeah. The offense was efficient. It's just that there were some things that they needed to improve on in red zone, right? There were some things that they needed to improve on, but their improvement was just minor compared to what the defense needed to be improved on. To be fair to everything.
Okay, so the offense has 68 penalties percentage off flags.
Right.
The holding, the 31 worst in the NFL. False start, 23 false starts. Invalid fair catching signal from Turpin. We had a couple of those unsportsmanlike conducts by Pickens and Lamb. So that really hurt us on that. On the defense had 55% penalties of 40% of all flags. They had 8 pass interference, 8 offsides, 2 horse collars, and too many men on the field. 3 penalties on the unnecessary roughness. We had 18 between 10 range and that. I mean, going into this season, and every season that Scotty's we're going to be on the Scotty. He needs to correct the penalty game.
That's a given point, but there's nobody just looking at it saying that the offense was a problem last year.
So we're in the same boat on that, right? We're in the same boat on that.
Yeah, across the board, the Cowboys, as far as penalty-wise, they need to stop and minimize their penalties. Yeah, we get that. But primarily, if the defense, man, they gave up 511 points last year.
If you don't correct, you understand that. I understand that. But if you don't correct your penalty game, offense or defense, you're not going to win many ball games. Are we on the same boat on that?
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. But what's your point though? What's your point on everything?
Now, my point is we're gonna try our best to give up that many points on defense also. So my all around game is we're going to get better on defense. Hopefully we can get Hooker up out of here. Fix the penalty game on the defensive side of the ball, and then we're going to give y'all the ball back constantly. And then if y'all can fix y'all game inside the red zone and quit getting penalties inside the red zone, holding and tripping, all that stuff like that, I think we'll win more ball games. But we got to correct that first before we can move forward and be a good team. If we can't do that with Scotty, then he needs to go. Because that's all we did last year was say, oh, we got a penalty? God damn, we get a big play. Oh, we got a penalty. Oh, we got a holding. We got to correct the small things. And when we get the training camp right now up until the season start, he needs to be focused on film room and penalties. And motivation.
Well, let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this. So you said now I'm just trying to compile all what you just said. You just said that the Cowboys got to correct their penalties on offense in order for us to win. And defense. And then you said, and then you said, well, we got to get rid of Hooker. And then you just went on ahead into your point there. Are you just trying to be a contrarian, or what's your angle here?
No, I mean I don't want Hooker to be involved at all this year. I mean, he got his money, get on out of there. Some of his penalties were, wasn't getting everybody lined up, and they got a lot of penalties. They got a problem lining everybody up, getting ready.
Was he the green dot guy or Kenneth Murray the green dot guy?
Both of them. Shit. Both of them need to go.
I appreciate you for calling in, man. Thank you for calling in.
Are you gone? You out of here already? All right. Well, God bless you.
Yeah, man. I get it being a contrarian, but it is for what it is. We can't just sit out here and make blanket statements about, hey, we got to improve the offense, and the penalties on the offense is 68% compared to 55% on the defense. Like, I don't know where those numbers at. How can you be 68 and 55%? I don't know how's that math is even mathing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you get, what's 68% plus 55%? Like, which sides of it counts the most? I don't know. And then you jump over to the defensive side. Say, yeah, get rid of Hooker, right? Like, if I'm not mistaken, and I know Hooker, he's a friend of mine. He followed the show, and he listened to the show, or what have you, and we have business deals and business partnerships together. But what was the whole point of saying that he was the main reason? If you can go back through all of the games and look at the tape, your safety is, of course, the last line of defense. But what is the primary job of who they read off of? The safety reads off of your front seven. And if Kenneth Murray is not doing his job, yes, it's going to look like your safety is out of place. And there's been numerous games of Donald Wilson being out of place, right? So I don't understand, like, why to need to be the contrarian and say, yes, 28 was the only problem. Even if you insert Caleb Downs in this team last year and just have him as the safety, well, we probably win one, maybe one more game. But it's not going to be the difference maker of improving this team out for one player in what this particular team was trying to do last year with Matt Eberflus. It's not going to improve your team. It's crazy to think that one guy, if you insert him on Matt Eberflus's defense, that is going to increase from being the 32nd ranked defense to, let's say, the 15th ranked defense. It's not going to happen that way, unfortunately. Just like when we got Quentin Williams, it helped us, but we still ranked 32nd ranked in defense last year. And that's adding Quentin Williams, someone that have direct impact on that front seven. It didn't move as much as we thought that it was going to move because you still had linebacker issues, right? You still had other areas on his team as an issue. But I get it. Some people want to be contrarians. I don't know. Oh, my gosh. Scotty needs to focus on motivation. Yeah, I don't know, man. But collectively, what the Cowboys done this season, this offseason, just even on paper, we're a better team. We're a better team on paper. We got Caleb Downs. We got Barham. We got D. Winters. We don't have a Kenneth Murray, right? We, with the expectations of Overshawn being healthy, that is a good thing, right? No more of Dono guessing, right? I like Dono. Matter of fact, I would love Donald Wilson to still be here if we utilize him only as a box guy to shoot upfield, to blitz, and get to the quarterback, not out in space. Think about it. Even when Mike Zim was here, he was the second guy in sacks on his team, right? But just because you have a defensive coordinator to misuse a player doesn't mean that player wasn't any good. Nevertheless, we do have P.J. Locke to be inserted in, juxtaposed to Dono. But to be real with y'all, P.J. Locke, he's good far as a new body, but he have his warts too. You know, shoot. Overall, last year, it was not like he was a household name. You know what I'm saying? Because what Cowboy fans tend to do is they see a new person and they say, he's the best thing since sliced bread, without looking at the tape. P.J. Locke got some warts that he got to improve on too. He's not that good in certain areas, especially in coverage. So if you fool around and put him in coverage in spots that he don't supposed to be at, he's going to get passed on and get ran through as well. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thoughts and rationale of everything. You know, so that's just for what I'm getting at. Shout out to him. I want him to be successful in his defense, but let's utilize him properly, right? And we talked about this too. So it is for what it is. Dono was barbecue chicken last year. Indeed. I'm not putting safety blankets or bubble wrap over him. He had to improve. He had to improve in certain games in order for us to win, and he didn't. So that's just for what it is. Shamar can do all of those things Dono did if they utilize them correctly, right? If they don't, Shamar James, if they don't just continue to put him in coverage because he's not that good in coverage as well as a linebacker. You got to put him in positions so that they can win. And I think that when we look at this coaching staff, that the Cowboys did their job. They did the necessary tools this offseason to build their program. And what I like about this program is that they're on the same page with Schottenheimer, right? And it's crazy. Ain't that right, Sean Harris? I want our defense to cook. Yeah, and not be cooked. Right? And that just goes to show you. But neither here nor there. He was the last caller, unfortunately. Get your mind right. Appreciate you. You have to go back to Green Bay playoff game, Law, for Malik. This is for Get Your Mind Right. Law, if your offense get figured out this year by the DC, which will happen because year 2, y'all in trouble. Nah. For the record, Schottenheimer been here since 2021, I believe. He's been in some field of capacity of that. It's damn near you can know what the Cowboys are going to do on offense, but when you have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens on the same side, no matter what you say, it's still going to be difficult to control and obtain or to stop that, right? When you are running the ball and teams are loading the box, it's still football 1-on-1. You're going to have to make the sacrifice. The thing is, offense, people can know exactly what you're doing on offense, but can you stop it when you are efficient at it? We had, basically, through the years of 8-8 Jason Garrett, and we were still top 5, top 10 in offense. And everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie knew what we were going to do on offense. Over the course of the last 30 years, 30 seasons, one can argue with under the realms of Tony Romo and Dak Prescott. Offense were not the problem. Defense in the last 30 years been the finite problem for both of these eras, of Tony Romo era and as well as Dak Prescott era. Defense being our issues. I don't know what the world of Cowboys been thinking, but in the last 30 years, we have been focused more on offense than defense. And now, finally, this team gets some type of defensive situation. We good. Think about this. As great as Roger Staubach is, I ain't going to say is. In order for him to win a damn Super Bowl, he needed doomsday. And as great as Troy Aikman is, he still needed that 90s defense, which pretty much finished out no less than top 5 on the 3 Super Bowls that he won. Offense do sell tickets. Offense is where Jerry Jones eats at. Got an offensive mind. He played offensive tackle or guard, whatever he was talking about in the 30s. You know what I'm saying? In the 50s or what have you. But defense win championships, and we haven't had the household defense. That's why I was saying that, yeah, even with Dan Quinn's defense, it was better than what we seen out of Papa Rob Marinelli and the other guy, I forgot whoever we had in 2020. I forgot his name, tip of my tongue. But it still wasn't a good defense on stopping teams from running the ball, on stopping teams when you needed the most. It was a gambler's defense, meaning that we needed turnovers and takeaways in order to be considered good. But when it was time to stop somebody on running the ball, we didn't do that. One can argue even with the Washington team. The 2 years Dan Quinn been there, they never finished in top 15. They never finished in top 10. They can take the ball away, but the Achilles heel for even Washington defense in the last 2 years, that you can run on them. Mike Nolan is his name, right? Yeah, so it is for what it is. If you have a good defense, you should be able to stop the run and stop the yards allowed, Yeah, they had Monty Kiffin in hospice care, farting and sleeping in the press box, right? We heard those story tales, But with that being said, man, I got to go, man. I thank everybody, man, for tuning in. Be sure to check this show out tomorrow when you open up the phone lines.
Goodbye.
If we do have a later show tonight, y'all jump in then for those who are waiting in the phone queue, because I saw some people jumped in. But as we depart, Cowboys, let's figure this out one way or another. Sometimes life will throw you curveballs, challenges. But it's how you accept those challenges. There's this movie. I'm a big movie bus. I love watching movies. There's this movie on Netflix. Let me put it up here. I'm going to pull it up on you. It's called Apex. And the way the movie started, I said literally what I'm about to play right here.
Oh my God!
Jeez. It's on Netflix called Apex.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
And I'm going to tell you right now, you can't get me to sleep outside on the back porch, even if it's elevated. These people, this lady climbing a tall ass mountain. And I'm saying they playing around with death. You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to make it to the top. She wanted her name to be on the top. But she chicken out whenever they get to a certain part of that mountain. And her friend at the time, fiance, husband, boyfriend, whatever it may be, side piece, I don't know, was like, hey, let's just pack it up and get all the way back down. Because when you get to this moment, you chicken out. You give up. But then a storm came. Old folks say either you going into a storm or you coming out. But the part of that movie is that they was going into a storm on the side of a mountain. So some gear had to be messed up. Some movements had to be messed up. Eventually, I don't want to tell you the movie, but it started off like ain't no way in hell I will be there, you know what I'm saying? Climbing up that side of a mountain. Like you say, you get me drunk enough, you can't even get me to jump off of a back porch. You can't get me to skip 3 steps on a ladder, right? But these people on the side of a mountain. But let me tell you, eventually, the guy that said let's turn around, he perished. Some equipment malfunctions that happened, and she had to live her life with that on her. So she was seeking thrills and stuff like that, and ran across an apex predator, somebody that loved to be in the woods and the terrains and life. But what I'm saying is, are we going to be the apex of this particular football league? Are we going to be the ones that's seeking the thrill, seeking the challenge, seeking not just the validation, but the truths of being able to accept the challenges of being the 32nd ranked defense from worst to see if we can get to first? And in order for us to do it, we got to act now. We can't worry about the weather. We can't worry about the equipment. We can't worry about if we slip or fall. We got to condition our minds to say, yes, we may have lost some people in the battle. Yes, we may have lost some things in the past. But what are we going to do to overcome, to get back on top of that mountain? Are we willing to go through the heavy terrains? Are we willing to make the changes in order for this to go through? Well, there's this message that I read many a moons ago. And it's about your determination. And I've been saying this for many a moons on this channel. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it. To work day and night, Jerry, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat forward, fret forward a plan to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the very much so things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboys Nation, you will get it. That's been my time.